Hi everybody, got a guitar to show you today. This is a solid bodied electric resonator. It's the only one that I've ever built. I was asked to do it specifically for a customer who came in with a sort of a design and an idea that he wanted, and kind of left me to figure out how it could be done. What we've got here is a solid body and a bolt-on neck. Now the reason for the laminated bolt-on neck is because the owner wants it to feel like an electric guitar, so he had to have some way of kind of finely adjusting the action a little bit, and the best way I could think of to doing that without having to constantly mess around with the biscuit was to have a little bit of a neck angle adjustment, basically by shimming. The neck's pretty standard. It's 24 3/4 inches, so basically it's a Gibson scale length, and it's built sort of based loosely on a Les Paul shape. And what I've done is I've elongated the back of that shape out a little bit so I can get the bridge in the right place and still have a fair amount of string over the back of here, because that would make it feel much more like an electric guitar. Now the other thing he wanted was for the guitar not to be particularly loud, so there's no hollowing out here at all. It's a very, very tight system to the cone itself, and you can hear this just in the room on its own. It sounds a bit like this. It's really no louder than a standard acoustic guitar, and normally a National Steel or something of that nature would be quite a bit louder. But once I get a little bit of the pickup into it, now this is going through my Mesa Boogie clean sound, and I've got a Gibson style, or Epiphone Gibson style mini humbucker, very 1960s kind of sound. Should be a little bit thinner than a full-size humbucker. Sounds a bit more like this. Now that's entirely clean, and you notice as well it does intonate quite well. The reason for this is that I've actually created a little bit of adjustment which you shouldn't really do with a normal National Steel. The cone is normally set exactly in one place by the shape of the body. But what I've done in here is I've actually left a little bit of room to be able to move the cone backwards and forwards, and it's only about 1/4 of an inch, but it just allows you to intonate and also to turn the cone very, very slightly so that the bridge under here is sat at a very slight angle, which just helps with a little bit of compensation. So there's just a little bit of room in there to maneuver around the cone. It's not a lot, but just enough to give you a little bit of intonation control, because this is set up with a set of 10s. But I think actually what's going to happen in the end is that the customer's going to go for a much, much heavier set of strings than he originally bargained for. So let's listen to it with a bit of gain. I'm going to use Mark for channel 2 on here. Now, let's just add a bit more power. I'm going to add a tube screamer. So there you have it. One electric kind of National Steel crossover. It's not super heavy. I made it out of a sort of very light mahogany. It's an African mahogany, which is well, you call it African mahogany, but it's got a maple cap and rosewood fingerboard with the laminated maple and walnut neck. There you go. Thanks for watching. See you next time.